It's not the video that you guys want, but this is what I have been called and capable of making. Called to make and capable of making at this time. Oh my god. Okay. As you can see from the title, okay. So, all the time that I was in Europe for TwitchCon Europe 2025, and all the time that I was before that too, all this week, all last week, this has been all over my YouTube page, all over my For You page. So I was already thinking about making a comment about this. There's like a bug outside. Oh, it's like a spider that flies. I was thinking about making I was about to make a video about this, and then now I got like more stuff, and I'm like, yeah, well, I was just sitting on my computer streaming, and I'm just like, yeah, let's just make the video, let's just talk about it, because I have the most weird view of all, and I think more importantly, I kind of understand like what these women are thinking, so I'll tell you so that you understand too, and also why I agree with them. Okay, so basically, there are these two celebrities. One, she's a famous singer, and one is A-list, and the other one, she's a social media influencer. She has like at least 9 million YouTube subscribers, I think, and both of them are just like extremely well known. So they both have relationships, and their drama is starting and was put on the internet. So the thing that they have in common is that both of them got cheated on, and they both have babies. So everybody on the internet is all like, oh, leave him, he's a cheater, blah blah blah, whatever. But these women, they are not leaving their men, and everyone's kind of just like wondering like why. And also there's just a lot of controversy because, you know, we know that they are like really pretty, really rich, influential women, and they can just date whoever they want. The men that they date are like really unattractive, but that's why everyone's just like, leave them, blah blah blah, because first of all they cheated, second of all they're unattractive, and then every internet is wondering why the women won't leave them. And this is why I think that they should stay, but I'm trying to like anchor this so that I really just get the message out the right way. Okay, a lot of people are like, always say, oh, if someone cheats on you, you should just leave them. And I can't really remember, but I'm sure I did get cheated on, and whenever I do get cheated on, I do leave. And it's just kind of weird though, because I always think about like, this is like so controversial. Okay, so I always think about like, especially for my earlier relationships, like I had 10 official relationships, but I had many more than that because I dated like a lot of people like on the internet and stuff, like from Twitch or my video games before I was a Twitch streamer. So I had like a lot of boyfriends, and I always think about like all the horrible things that I also used to do. And this is also like when I was younger, so I had like a lot of like raging hormones and stuff like that, but just more like, I think more energy and less experience and more impulsive when I was younger. So it was a lot more chaotic. So I think about like always like all the bad things that I did, and all the bad stuff that I did, and I just kind of think about it like I haven't had a relationship for a long time, like 2 years, but I always think about it like, yeah, like, well, if I was like married and I live in a mansion, whatever, these girls, they live in like mansions and luxury apartments, and like my guy just cheated on me, yeah, I would still stay with him. I know that's so weird to say, but honestly, it's like, I don't know, I just think like, I think it's really, I think that those girls, they have like a, because of their content too, like their content, like one of them is like motivational, and she kind of teaches women all these things about like the different milestones of life, of how to, you know, just really be the best version of yourself, right? But she teaches you like really hard lessons, and then the other one, she kind of like, she just makes music, but she teaches you all the milestones through her lyrics, but everything she learned in her life, she's sharing it now, like on podcasts, like all her life lessons, what she's learned, and her perspective. So both of them are influencers, and they are like teaching women and their whole audience like their way of thinking. And I think because they are so future forward and revolutionary, I think that they know that they look at things long term. Like, I don't think it's viable that like okay, if you're in a marriage, then every single time somebody cheats on you, you're just gonna keep getting a divorce, and then you're just gonna go get married again. Like, obviously it's something human, it's human psychology related. If you make something like cheating such a punishment, then obviously the person is going to want to cheat more. If you like have to go through like a divorce every single time somebody cheats on you when you're married, that's just like not reasonable. It means that the root of the problem is just something else. Okay, so first of all, when I saw both of those boyfriends, I have high intuition. When I saw both those boyfriends, I already knew, like, no, those are not it, blah, blah, blah. I see all this stuff going down on social media that they are posting, the girls are posting it themselves about what's happening to them, whatever. I already know, I'm like, no, that's not it. Like, those guys are ugly, I know. I know that both of those girls are way richer than those guys. I know it. And I also knew that both of those guys, like, went to those girls, like, found them on purpose and went for them, because those are celebrities. The girls are the celebrities and the guys are like nobodies. However, I once again agree with the girls. Both of the guys that they dated, one of them is like a gangster type. I dated 2 gangsters, and the thing about the appeal of a gangster is that even though he's like really like rough, he will be like really loyal, and also like that's the kind of person you just want to have by your side. By far, the 2 gangsters I dated was like the best. It's like if you can get through their thick skin and be on their side and earn their trust, they are the most loyal people in the world, and they are the most giving and caring and thoughtful, and they just do the best things. It was the best experience. So I understand one of them dating a gangster. Well, I don't know if he's a gangster, but he kind of gives me that vibe. I could just kind of tell, because it was really interesting. So she's so like connected to him that everything she does on her social media, like not everything, but whatever she was on the camera, whenever she does something on her social media, she's asking him, and then he's giving her like, he's like, check your like message requests on Instagram and stuff. Like, 'cause she's a celebrity, she doesn't even know about that, you know? She didn't even know like to check that. Like, she doesn't think to check that because she's a creator. But he's like the human part of her that is like, yeah, post this, post that. And then that, it like makes her, she's already famous, but even more like human now. We like her like even more, because, and then she went on a podcast, she was like, yeah, that was his idea, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, like, so that's why I had the same experience it was like when I date those gangster guys, they were also like really creative, and they would actually be brave enough to be like, yeah, post that, or like when you wear that, blah blah blah, and that actually gave me more traction. So it's kind of interesting because that girl, she's like a strong enough, confident enough influencer to let somebody say something about her content, but at the same time it's not just like some nobody just like backseat gaming her or whatever. It's like her person, like that's like her person. So I understand the tie there. And for the other guy, okay, so now for the other couple, the dynamic was, he's just really rich. Like, he bought her an apartment, he bought her a whole bunch of flowers, like 1,000 flowers or 700 flowers or something. She said they were really heavy, they had to carry out her apartment. He bought her, I think he bought her like maybe a Chanel or a Birkin or something. I don't remember. I don't know, actually, I don't know. But I remember there was another gift. But that guy, he was a narcissist, which, yeah, I've also dated a narcissist, but he was a narcissist, but he was the bad kind. Okay, I know we don't have enough time to talk about everything, but there's a bad kind of narcissist, and you think like all of them are, they're not all bad. So there's a bad kind of narcissist that he wants to be the celebrity now. He doesn't want to, he wants to be you. Nah, people keep saying that in the videos too. It's not that. It's not that they want to be you. It's just that he wants to be the important one. So when he dates her, now he goes into the spotlight. Now everybody, and I said this before, when I talked about one of the YouTubers I watched, like I can't believe she's dating that guy. She put him on her platform. Now all the people are watching him. Like, he's a nobody. And I talked about this before. I think celebrities should date celebrities. And he actually gained so much fame. Everybody's always watching his Instagram stories now to see what he's gonna say. And his ex-girlfriends are coming onto TikTok talking about him and stuff. So he's gained a mass amount of fame. Like, he was actually a nobody, but he did have a lot of money. And as we know, like, money can't really buy, like, you can't really buy fame. It's a different kind of quality that, like, you really have to earn it. So now he got it. But that relationship, okay, everybody's giving hate to the influencer because she first she said, like, she's gone through more than this, harder stuff than this, that she's just gonna, move on with her life, whatever. It's kind of sound like a breakup. But then she's getting backlash by a whole bunch of females now on TikTok who are all saying that, how she's not a girl's girl, and just because the ex-girlfriends are coming out now, she's kind of like defending her ex-boyfriend now, and it sounds like I don't know if she's getting back together, because I don't think it has been said. It has not been stated that. And I think if that was the case, that would have been the captions, but it's not the statement. But she is now defending her ex, so now that she's getting a lot of backlash. People are saying like, oh, we're all gonna unfollow her, blah, 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 like they always do with cancel culture, but they're not. You can't take her down. But people wondering about that situation. Would I stay in that situation? So for the first one where I talk about the guy who is a gangster and there was cheating, but she still stayed, I agree. They should stay together. For the second situation with the narcissist, okay. Listen, that guy, he's always gonna smother your life. He's never gonna let you be famous while you guys are next to each other. He's always gonna piss you off. You're always gonna have a pissed off face. You're gonna have a lot of stress. I've been through this so many times. They don't even have to be a full-on narcissist for me to experience that. But he's basically, I think he's probably a karmic for her. I think that what's gonna have to happen is that I think it was really hard because they painted like such a beautiful social media picture too together, and I could see why she would want her to work. I'm not saying she does. We don't know. I don't think it has been stated whether or not she wants it to work. I think she just said she's like breaking up and moving on, but then she defended him, so everyone's kind of like, don't go back, whatever. Okay. I mean, this is what it comes down to. Yes, they all have a nice family together, but I personally, with my like 35, almost 36 years of experience, when it's my birthday later this month, I know, I'm smart enough to know like that is just never gonna work, because that guy is a leech and is never gonna work. It's never gonna work, and you can't ever count on people changing, whatever. Doesn't matter. He already came in with bad intentions and all this stuff went down. I mean, you really have to stay away from him. From the girl's point of view, that guy is like her kid's father, so he's always gonna be in the picture. Now he's famous too, so he's always gonna be, this drama is gonna be for the rest of everybody's life. This is always gonna be there. It's always gonna be about him now. He got his place in her life and on the internet. He's a character now. Everybody's always gonna look to him to be the villain. So that's done. Basically, I think that she should do like healing and then date other people and then find a new relationship. But I think because both of those girls are so young, they're in their very early 20s. One is like 22 and one is like 23. There is an excitement about narcissistic relationships that is very addicting. So because, you know, all the like for me, it's like the presence is really nice, and when the person is really nice, it's really good. So I think that will always like draw in like anyone. Also on the internet, they're all saying that, oh, he should have bought her a house, not an apartment. And yeah, I think that if he gives her more gifts, like he's always gonna be the father of that child anyway. So if he gives her nice things, of course he can buy a position back into her life. He already has a position permanently in her life. And on the internet, to date him, they can't date. She's too, she's outspoken. Her whole channel, it's all about standing up for yourself, being yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people disrespect you. Why are you staying with that guy? Everything. She can't stay with him because her inner intuition will always fight with him. She will always have RBF around him, and she's always gonna be like mad in like defense mode around him. And I had this before too. So I think it's really important you just stay with somebody who just really brings out the best in you. And I think that example is in the first relationship with the singer. But like that guy, even though the whole world can't see why she likes him, she knows she likes him, and there is a reciprocal relationship in there, and he does so much for her, and he brings out the best in her, and somehow they have even been okay with like him chipping in and giving her advice on her social media. Not really advice, but like little tidbits here and there about what he thinks about she should answer or not, or say or not post or whatever. Not complete control, but he has influenced it, and in a positive way, because she's continuing to, she's been a celebrity for a really long time. She's really young though, in her early 20s now, but she was been a celebrity since she was like 13 or 15. 13, I think, yeah, 13. So basically, I think that they're a good match until they decide that they don't like each other anymore. They're a good match. the narcissistic relationship, second relationship, they need to break up. The guy is always going to be around. He's always going to be charming. He's always going to come into the little kid's life, whatever, for the rest of her life. And that's fine, but I hope she can be strong enough to just move on and be with somebody else. Just because I know like how, like I just know like even if it's like years of peace, it will be broken again. So just because of he wants the power, he wants the attention, he wants to be the celebrity, and that doesn't really work, you know, especially since he couldn't do it himself. He needed to use her to be somebody. So since he couldn't even obtain it himself with all his wealth, you know, that just, well, now he has it. But yeah, that's all I want to say about the cheating situation. So for both conditions, just saying like it has nothing to do with whether or not they cheated. It has to do more with their core personality. Like, are they helpful? Are they, like the first guy, he genuinely wants her to do better. You know, he's never in her spotlight. But the other guy, the narcissist, he's sitting right next to her in the YouTube video, right, in the Q&A. So that's the difference. So everybody on the internet is always like, yeah, you should leave him because he cheated for both situations. And they're pressing these girls like, why aren't you leaving, whatever. Well, that's why, because there's more to it than anyone could even explain or understand. And like the first one, the singer, she said like she found like her guy basically. So yeah, that's what I think about it. I think it has nothing to do with what they cheated. It depends on their core personality. That's what they're gonna be, and that is also, more importantly, that is who you're gonna be when you're around them. They change you. So be around people that bring out the best in you. And that's all. Thank you guys for sticking with me.